Proctor started his vehicle and drove away from the scene without further incident. Mr. Proctor told me that he didn't file a complaint because he felt a sense of urgency to leave the encounter as quickly as possible, so he wasn't able to get the officer's name at the time.
I was in such a big hurry that I didn't even know what his name was. I never got a citation. I, I'm not a First Amendment auditor, so I didn't think to go name and badge number, please.
Right.
I that didn't. So I've even like gone back and watched the video and thought, can I just get his name off of his uniform? And I can't really see it clearly. So I was in such a hurry to break communication with him and get on with my day. He was costing me money,
Yeah.
that he was willing to go through such great lengths as to have somebody else bring a sight book to him from across town. I was like, this guy's crazy. This guy's, what is he going to try and do here? Because he's not got some criminal.
Overall, Officer Cordova gets an F for enforcing parking violations on private property, unnecessarily extending the length of the stop, and for questioning Mr. Proctor's mental health merely because he chose to remain silent. Officer Cordova's tactic of stalling the progression of the stop because Mr. Proctor did not want to answer questions is exactly the type of conduct that the court intended to prohibit in the Cabayas case, and the courts have concluded multiple times that officers may not extend the length of a traffic stop beyond what is necessary to accomplish the stop's mission. Barring the existence of an exclusive agreement between the property owner and the municipality, there is a high probability that Officer Cordova was not within his authority to issue a parking citation in the strip mall parking lot. And there are also legitimate questions to be raised about whether or not the officer was operating within his jurisdiction at the time. If Officer Cordova had genuinely witnessed Mr. Proctor's vehicle obstructing traffic, then the responsible course of action would have been to inform Mr. Proctor that he was creating an obstruction and ask him to move, not initiate an investigatory detainment in a private parking lot outside of the department's jurisdictional authority. Officer Cordova's unprofessional demeanor and childish exercise of authority tarnish the credibility of his mission to free the parking lot traffic of obstruction, and this type of conduct only serves to erode the public's confidence in their local department. Mr. Proctor gets an A+ for invoking his right to silence peacefully and efficiently, refusing to allow the officer's conduct to affect him emotionally, and maintaining a calm and collected demeanor throughout the interaction. There are serious implications associated with being accused of mental instability, especially if the accusing party is in a position of authority. For most of us, it is impossible to predict how we would react to such allegations, and it is safe to assume that there is no appropriate reaction to be had in that scenario. Overwhelming denial of the officer's claims may have led to further validation of the officer's suspicions, and admitting that you're feeling agitated and angry may invoke officer safety concerns. This is why Mr. Proctor's decision to remain uncompromisingly silent and emotionless was the best course of action for this interaction. Mr. Proctor is not a First Amendment auditor, and although he does have a YouTube channel, the majority of its content has nothing to do with law enforcement. The fact that Mr. Proctor does not regularly interact with the police proves his ability to remain calm and navigate this encounter with precision and poise to be that much more impressive. The only thing that this interaction is lacking is accountability, but it is difficult to fault Mr. Proctor for not filing a complaint, given that he is not a First Amendment auditor and does not actively participate in holding officers accountable. I commend Mr. Proctor for excellently demonstrating a balanced use of the right to remain silent and remaining composed and peaceful while doing so. I highly recommend subscribing to Mac and Bravo's channel. You can find a link in the description below. Let us know if there is an interaction or legal topic that you would like us to discuss in the comments below.